Hello everyone, welcome to my study literature. Today our topic is a poem 3 years she grew sun and shower. Today our topic is a poem 3 years she grew sun and shower written by William Wordsworth, composed in 1798, first published in the Lyrical Ballad collection. Now I will give you the background of the poet. The poet name is William Wordsworth. 3 years she grew in sun and shower is the poem composed in 1798 by the English poet William Wordsworth. This poem first published in the Lyrical Ballad collection, which was co-written with his friend and fellow poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Now we will explain line by line of this poem. First, I will explain stanza 1. 3 years she grew sun and shower, then nature said a lovelier flower on earth was never sown. This child I to myself will take, she shall be mine and I will make a lady of my own. Now I will explain the summary of this first stanza. In this first stanza, the poet says that from the day Lucy was born till the day she was 3 years old, she grew under the light and the heat of the sun and the shower of the rain. The mother nature said to her that there was no flower lovelier than Lucy that has ever been sown on earth. Here Lucy is compared to a flower because of her beauty and the natural way in which she was grew in. The second stanza of this poem is myself will to my darling be both law and impulse and with me. The girl in rock and plain, in earth and heaven, in glade and bow, shall feel an overseeing power of kindle or restrain. Now I will explain the second stanza. Myself will to my darling be. Mother Nature decides to take full charge of his Lucy's life and well-being and would educate her according to nature's own ideal. Nature would be to Lucy a source of inspiration for both law, rules, and nature and impulse. Nature inspire emotion and with her Lucy would learn about the secret of mountains and plains, the wisdom of heaven and earth in a glade, a clear open space and bower, shady places and trees, she would learn to feel an overseeing power and control. Now Now we explain the third stanza of this poem. She shall be sportive as the fawn that wild with glee across the lawn, or up to mountain springs, and her shall be breathing balm, and hers the silence and the calm of mute insensate things. Now we will explain the stanza 3. She shall be sportive as the fawn. In this third stanza, poet described that Lucy would be sportive like a young deer, play with happiness across the lawn. She will be full of energy to go high up as the spring on top of the mountain. A source of river, Lucy would possess that gentle breeze that would act soothing and healing balm for her wounds. She would also learn to be silent and calm. Now, stanza 4. The floating clouds their state shall lend to her, for her the willow bend, nor shall she fail to see, even in the motions of the storm, grace that shall mold the maiden's form by silent sympathy. Now I will explain stanza 4. The floating clouds their state shall land. In this stanza, the silent floating cloud that pass by would lend their dignity and grandeur to her. Lucy would learn modesty from the bending branches of the willow, even the strong movement of the storm, which symbolize power and gracefulness. Lucy would learn to be powerful and graceful like a storm. Even in silence, without her consciousness, she would be a fine young lady. Now the stanza 5. Two stars of midnight shall be dear to her, and she shall learn her ear in many secret place where rivulets dance their wayward round, and beauty born of murmuring sound shall pass into her face. Now I will explain the stanza 5. The stars of midnight shall be dear to her. In the process, Lucy would learn someday shall be dear even to the stars. She would be loved and close to them and would listen them in many secret places of nature. The secret places where the rivulets dances wayward, their beauty was born with a murmuring sound, past the face and makes it beautiful. Now the stanza 6. And vital feeling of delight shall rear her form of stately height, her virgin bosom swell. Such thoughts of Lucy I will give, while she and I together live here in this happy dell. In this second, in this sixth stanza, and vital feelings of delight shall rear her form. The vital energy and lovely feelings of delight would bring her nourishments and grandeur. Her virgin body would make the physical growth and attractiveness that a young maiden would have. Lucy with her mother nature in a happy valley, when nature understands her thoughts and height of maturity. Stanza 7. Thus nature spake, the work was done. How soon my Lucy's race was run. She died and left to me this head, this calm and quiet scene, the memory of what has been and never more will be. Now I will explain the stanza 7. Thus nature spake, she died and left to me. At last Mother Nature spoke and said that the work at educating Lucy was finally done. Lucy's duration of life was finally done, compared to a race which has been beginning and have a end. When she died, all that she left to her narrator was heath, barren land, calm and quiet scene. The poet is left with the memories of the past, of the memories of Lucy, whom he will not be seen again. Thanks for watching and listening my explanation of this poem, The Sun and Shower. 3 years she grew sun and shower.